Weather Authority forecast with meteorologist Chase Menendez. He warns you first.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. We're at the middle of the week, and yesterday was the middle of our highest temperatures. We hit 101 yesterday afternoon, but notice how much time we spent in the 90s. Even by 8 p.m., still at 95 degrees. It was a pretty hot day in total, considering how long we were spending time in those higher temperatures. Now, today, we're going to start to deal with some cooler temperatures. We're still seeing that moisture flowing in from the southeast. Saw a little bit of rain yesterday as a result of that. Now, don't expect too much in the way of rain chances today, even with what we've got here approaching off to the north and east. You can see some pretty good thunderstorms just kind of fizzling out very, very rapidly. Lubbock might see some of those storms, but for us here in West Texas, not likely to see too much of that. And not likely to see too much rain chances later on today, even with these wind arrows still pointing in from the southeast. Notice, though, wind speeds a little bit calmer than what we saw yesterday. A little bit more mild. That's going to be the main theme of today's forecast. Just a little bit more mild than what we saw yesterday. Still a little bit above average, but much milder. 15 miles per hour now for Odessa Midland is our wind speed. 18 for Fort Stockton. Still generally coming out of the southeast. And that'll stay in place for most of the day today, especially by 10 a.m. Notice all of these wind arrows pointing in from the southeast. 11 miles per hour for Odessa Midland. So we'll likely stay right around that 10 to 15 mile per hour mark just about all day, even this evening. 14 by 7 p.m., 16 for Wink, 18 for Pecos by that same time, 7 p.m. So still dealing with those pretty breezy conditions today. A little bit above average, but again, more mild than what we saw yesterday. Now, it's not until tomorrow morning that we start to see some of these wind arrows change direction. Down to the southeast, still coming in from the southeast, but off to the northeast, coming in from the southwest. So we'll start to see that take place as we get closer to the weekend. A couple of changes coming our way, but for now, we're just dealing with some pretty nice conditions. As we get closer to summertime, we'll actually see our temperatures get closer to average. 95 degrees by 4 p.m., but our high coming just a little bit after that, sticking right around that 96-degree mark. And we'll see those wind speeds hanging around that 10 to 15 mile per hour mark also. Notice when the sun does go down, though, temperatures drop off, but really not by that much. 93 by 8 p.m. So it will be another day that we spend a lot of time in the 90s. Still going to be pretty hot. 78 degrees right now for Odessa Midland, though. 69 for Marfa looks like the cool spot there. The only temperature in the 60s, and we've only got one temperature here in our viewing area in the 80s. So generally, we're in the 70s. Pretty narrow range of temperatures, which, by the way, on average are a little bit colder than what we saw yesterday. Down 4 degrees for Odessa Midland over this time yesterday. Down 5 for Hobbs. Down 3 for Wink. A couple of places picking up a little bit, but again, on average, seeing those temperatures dropping off and dropping closer to average. 101 was our high yesterday, pretty close to that record, a lot closer to the record than we were to normal. But today, we're switching that around. We're actually getting closer to that normal than we were to that record. 96 our high by this afternoon. Again, still a little bit above average, but much more mild than we have been seeing. And same story with those rain chances. Not likely to see too much in the way of that rain, but also keep your eye down here to the bottom right of your frame. Notice a lot of those clouds flowing in from the southeast. That's pretty neat. That's a lot of that moisture coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. But with our temperatures dropping off, we're losing a little bit of that heat energy, and without that heat energy, that kind of kills our rain chances. 95 degrees by our afternoon time, 96 for tomorrow, 95 again for Friday, and then we'll cool down to 94 on Saturday. Wind speeds picking up to 25, maybe even 30 miles per hour for Saturday as the remnants of Bud makes its way into our viewing area here in West Texas. Remnants, though, so don't get too concerned about any kind of, any tropical cyclones or anything like that. We're not going to be dealing with any hurricane-strength winds or anything, just the remnants of Bud. Maybe give us some rain chances on Sunday, so actually good news.
Good. Thanks, Chase.
Thanks.